y'all? It's your girl Isla Life back with another video, and in today's video, if you can't already tell by the title, I'm going to be giving a story time on walking in on my ex cheating on me. I had to get comfy for this video today because I already know. I'm like already nervous to tell this story time because I have not relived it or told this story since the night that it happened, and it's been years. I think it's been 3 or 4 years. I'm gonna say 3 years. It's been 3 years since this happened, and I'm finally sitting down to relive and do this story time. Okay, so boom. Where do I even start? Let's start by saying nothing about this relationship was ever good. Like, obviously you have cute little moments, cute little fun times, whatever, but like as a whole, absolutely no. And we were never actually dating. Like, we never called each other boyfriend and girlfriend. Those words never came out of either of our mouths, but it was one of those situationships that was like, you don't do fuck shit, I won't do fuck shit. Obviously, I wasn't doing fuck shit, but obviously someone else was doing fuck shit, right? It was one of those things where I was just like young and immature and never really been in a real relationship, and thinking that like if you do good by somebody, they'll do good by you, which is obviously not the case. But that's the little backstory. Let's just hop into the day that this happened. Let's start from the morning time. We would spend pretty much every night together. Like, I can't really think of a time where we didn't sleep in the same bed when we were together. So either I was sleeping at his place or he was sleeping at my place, and this morning he had slept over at my place, so getting ready to leave after we like woke up, I'm pretty sure we went, not like, he would go out to get breakfast or food or whatever he was doing when he was going out to get food, okay, come back, and we would eat or whatever, like play a game, watch YouTube, but whatever. So that normal morning. And then he's getting up to leave for the day. Didn't have a job. Okay? Like, he was making money, but he didn't have a job. So he had nowhere to be, really, ever. So he should have been with me all the time. So he gets up to leave, and we had like a little bit of an argument. It wasn't a great morning. Obviously not arguing about anything serious because I don't remember, but tensions were high. So he's like ready to get the fuck out. So he's leaving, gathering his belongings, and he's like, okay, I'll let you know if I'm coming back. What? You'll let me know if you're coming back? Obviously you're coming back. Why wouldn't you be coming back? Like, who the fuck says that? I'll let you know. Okay. Put your shit on. Okay, I'll let you know if I'm coming back. That was the start of the day. I said, okay. No, I said, like, what do you mean you'll let me know if you're coming back? He said, I'll just let you know if I'm coming back. Like, he started to, got a little nervous. He was like, I'll let you know when I'm coming back. I'll let you know if I'm coming back. Obviously, I start getting upset. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, obviously upset. So he leaves, and I have a full mental breakdown because crying was not something new in this relationship, and feeling like there was some sneaky shit going on wasn't something new in this relationship. So like, I had just had it. It was so early in the morning, like full mental breakdown. Okay, and I was like, I already know some sneaky shit's gonna be going on. It's literally fucking noon. Like, I'm gonna have to be worrying about this all day. Like, this is what I'm thinking. And he forgets his wallet. So he comes back after I had been crying for like 20 minutes. He comes back. I'm obviously upset. Obviously still crying. He comes in and he grabs his wallet. He's like, oh, I forgot my wallet. Grabs his wallet and leaves. Doesn't give any recognition to the fact that I'm clearly upset. Alright, whatever. So he leaves. I calm down. I call my best friend. And I'm like, yo, I ran her back how the whole morning went. I said, he's gonna do some sneaky shit tonight. He's gonna do some fucked up shit tonight. So I'm like, I'm gonna come get you later. If I don't hear from him, like, blah, 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 I'm gonna come get you later, and we're gonna go to his house and see what he's doing. So the rest of the day goes on. It's like, nah, hold on. I used to save everything in my Snapchat. Like, my Snapchat goes back deep. My Snapchat goes back like 7 years. I honestly might have deleted. Oh, no, I didn't delete shit. Okay, boom. So, what? Damn. Okay. So, this was in 2020. Three years ago. This was in 2020 at 10:36 p.m. I was going to pick up my best friend. Because we were going to go. Okay, wait, no. Rewind. That morning when he was planning out his day, he said later tonight he was going to go out with the guys and like pregame with them and then go to the bar. Which usually it's like, why can't I come? Or why can't I at least come to the pregame? Like, if I don't want to go out, I don't have to go out. But, like, why can't I come? Okay, right? So, the whole day passes. I'm on my way to pick up my best friend in my mom's car. I'm dressed. I had my hair done at the time. I had braids. It was braided my natural shit, too. So, it was like, I was looking like a little boy. I put on a dark navy blue jumpsuit. I have black forces on. I put my hood up. I made sure all my shit was together. And allegedly, you know, in the midst of my rage, I might have brought something. You know what I mean? Like, allegedly, I might have brought something to do something with, but allegedly. So I go pick up my best friend. My fucking heart is beating out of my fucking chest. I'm listening to Jack Boy on the way to pick her up. Like, the vibes is not good. So I pick her up. We go. This is when shit hits the fucking fan. So he would leave his dog at my crib all the time. I loved his dog. So obviously I didn't have a problem with it. So my mom was walking his dog. And we didn't live too far from each other. And so she walks the dog to his place. Now, while she's walking the dog, I'm with my best friend coming to his house. And as I'm pulling up, she's texting me, but I'm not reading the text because I'm doing my own thing. But the texts were saying, like, I just dropped his dog off. I'm so sorry. He's something along the lines of he's with another girl right now, right? Okay. So I haven't seen any of those texts. So the dog has been dropped off. Me and my best friend are sitting across the street in this little parking lot, like, trying to look in his window to see if he's even home. Like, we don't even know if he's there, right? But the lights are off, like, only the fucking LED lights were on, and couldn't hear anything, couldn't see anything, so we're like, alright. So we pull up to the back of the house. That's where you park at. Couldn't see anything, couldn't hear anything. There wasn't any new cars in the parking lot, because my crazy ass pays attention to shit like that. And we're like, alright, but he wasn't answering me. And I hadn't heard from him all day. So we get out of the car, we walk up beside the house. You can hear, the window was open. They wasn't trying to hide nothing. You could hear the play that was going on inside, okay? Not like you had to listen. You didn't have to fucking listen. Anybody that was walking down the sidewalk knew what was going on in that apartment that night. So, and now we're at the window, and you can see what's going on. You can hear all the action and see what's going on. So I'm like, I don't even know the energy that I was feeling. I wish my best friend was here to tell her side of the story. So allegedly then, there was all these fucking rocks and bricks. So I'm getting more and more pissed off. Like, we had to be standing there for a few, like, at least 3 minutes. 3 minutes is too fucking long when that shit inside is going on. So I throw a brick through the window. But the screen was on the outside, and my dumbass couldn't see that because it was dark as fuck outside. So the screen, but the glass was just cracked a little bit. I threw that brick so fucking hard, it went through the screen of the window and, like, cracked into the glass. Bestie threw one too, but she's not a sportsy person. Like, she doesn't have aim. I don't even think her shit hit the window, like, hit the side of the house. And then it startles them inside. They're like, I can hear the girl being like, oh shit, what was that? I can hear her being like, oh my god, what was that? This nigga didn't even care! This nigga was trying to get his nut off so bad, he didn't even care that a brick was just thrown through his fucking bedroom window. He keeps doing what he was doing. He keeps fucking her. So then my best friend's like, no way. She's screaming outside the house. She's like, because I'm one of those people that I don't want to let myself known. I don't want to make myself known that I'm there too early because I want to be able to hear what's going on so I can have evidence. You know what I mean? Like, I'm crazy like that. But she's like, nah, screaming outside. She's like, yeah, he has a fucking girlfriend. Like, you dirty bitch. Like, blah, 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 cussing him out. And so that's when, like, you can really hear everything. Like, neighbors can hear shit, right? So we go back around, the back side of the house to the other side. So I'm like, oh, like, I don't even know, like, I'm sweating, I'm pissed off, like, I'm ready to get into some shit. So we go around the side of the house, and, okay, wait. I knew I was going to tell this story all over the place because I haven't relived this in literally 3 years, but nah. So after we threw the brick through the window, after we allegedly threw the brick through the window, and she's screaming outside, cussing him out, okay, he starts to get up. He's like, oh, what the fuck, like, they're really outside. So we go around the back, and how the house is set up a little bit is like, if you walk through the front door and you go all the way back, it's the kitchen, and there's one window in the kitchen where you can see the parking lot and see who's parked back out there. So he runs to the back. He runs to the back to the kitchen to see who the fuck is parked outside, right? So as he's doing that, we're running around the side of the house to come to the front door. I'm standing outside of the front door for too long for him to not have, like, come outside and seen what the fuck was going on. And my best friend is standing right next to me. She's nervous. and I'm talking to her, and I'm like, what the fuck is taking him so long to come outside? Like, there's absolutely no reason why he shouldn't have come outside yet. Because I was trying to be good. I didn't want to be too fucking crazy. Like, I wasn't going to break into his place, even though I allegedly just threw a brick through the window. And I'm trying to wait for him to come outside so maybe we can talk about this respectfully and I can just cuss him the fuck out and get on. That's not what happened. As he's not coming the fuck outside, I'm reading the text from my mom being, like, telling me that he really is inside with another girl. Like, she saw them through the window. She heard them as she was banging on the front door trying to get him to come outside and get his dog, because she just caught my boyfriend cheating on me, and she's out taking care of his dog, walking his dog. So I'm reading that as he's not coming to the front door, and I'm getting pissed. So I walk up the stairs, and I open the front fucking doors. Bestie's right behind me, and as I walk into his house, his bedroom is right here on the left, and his doorknob, it was fucked up. But if you knew, you knew how to get into it. So I got my hood up, I got my black forces on, feel me, I ain't got no fucking makeup on, my head is down. I'm walking it because it's dark inside. I'm walking into his room because the bitch was still inside. They were both still inside. I'm walking into his room, and as I open his door, it was like a slow-mo fucking movie. As I open his door, and I'm like about to seeing inside of his room and walking into his room, this nigga comes running from the kitchen down the hallway, butt ass naked. Butt ass naked. Not even a sock. He didn't even have a sock on. Okay? And this like grosses me out so bad. He grabs me before I can get in the room because he grabs me before I could get in the room, and he like pushes me back against the front door, which like closes the door so my best friend can't get in. It like closes the door. The door slams on her so she can't get in. So she's like outside the door listening to all this happen, and he has me like pinned up against the door because he sees the alleged thing in my hand that I was trying to get business done with. And I'm looking him in the face, and I'm like, eye contact, like, what the fuck are you doing? Oh, calm as fuck, like, what are you doing? Like, what is actually going on? Like, what are you doing? Like, I just kept saying, what are you doing? And butt ass naked, he's holding me back. He's like, I'm sorry, blah, 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 like, just running his fucking mouth, saying bullshit. Ends up getting me, I think, this is where, like, I blacked out. Because, like, what the fuck? So he gets me out of the house. He gets me out of the door. Obviously, he doesn't come outside because he needs to put some fucking clothes on. So I'm standing, I'm like standing in the front yard-ish around the side of the house. And I'm like breaking the fuck down. Okay? Like, I don't remember exactly what was going on after I got in and got out, but breaking the fuck down. He eventually comes outside. We go around the back so we're not making a fucking ruckus. Nah, I start arguing with him in the front yard, screaming. Like, I wish I could remember what the fuck I was saying. But he, like, tries to bring me around to the back side of the house so we're not at the main street. I have him, like, backed up against the garage, against the side of the garage, all up in his face, screaming, crying, cussing him the fuck out. My best friend is just standing there, like, kind of minding her business. Like, this girl is still in his crib. This girl is still in the house. So as I'm screaming and arguing with him, like, who the fuck even is that? Like, you got some dirty bitch. Ellie's like FBI. My best friend Ellie is like FBI and trying to find out who this bitch is on Instagram. Shorty's still in the house. I'm screaming and arguing. Like, how could you do this to me? Like, you know everything about me. We've known each other for mad long. Like, we go back, like, we grew up in the same area. How could you do this to me? You know everything about me. Like, da-da-da, you know, like, how could you do this to me? Like, why would you do that? Like, because if anything, if you're going to do some shit like that, I don't care. Tell me or break things off before you go do that. It's so simple. Because if you tell me and I'm like, I don't care, that's on me then if I get my feelings hurt. But if you tell me and I'm like, nah, I don't want to deal with that shit, then I can like take myself out of the situation before I get my feelings hurt. But that wasn't done. And I remember standing there, like, as I'm just blacking out, screaming, crying, cussing him the fuck out, like, yo, if I punch this nigga in the face right now, like, I could really fuck this nigga up right now. But I was too upset to do that. So I'm screaming and crying and freaking the fuck out in the back for a long ass time. To the point where, like, we weren't even really arguing anymore. I was kind of just cussing him out and, like, calming down. Shorty's still in the house. Calming down. And I'm just, like, looking around, and the next door neighbors are, like, closing their windows. Like, everybody started closing their windows because I had been screaming and freaking the fuck out. The amount of people that heard what went on that night is insane. Like, I know those people still remember and think about it sometimes, and they're like, yo, that shit was crazy. Eventually, we've been outside for a good 30 minutes, maybe longer. Shorty comes out of the house down the other side. Is walking down the hill real fast with her head down, and she's like, I'm sorry, I did, like, as she's walking, she's like, I'm sorry, I didn't know, like, he didn't tell me, like, I had no idea, like, she had no idea that he had a girlfriend or whatever. So, no one was mad at her. Like, no one was ever mad at her because he was a dirty ass nigga. He was around the way. Everyone fucking knew him. He knew everyone. Like, I knew what I was getting myself into from the jump, but something wasn't processing in my brain, and for some reason I just didn't give a fuck. I don't know. So Shorty eventually leaves. I'm so sorry, blah, 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 like, and she leaves. I think Ellie went over and talked to her, I'm pretty sure, and, like, found out what was going on before she left. I think, because they went out that night to a pregame, and before they could even get out to the bar, because it was like 11:30, 12, midnight by the time this shit was all dying down, but I went to go pick Ellie up at 10:30. So they didn't even make it out to the bars. He took her back to his place from the pregame and was fucking. So she came back to his house with him. She didn't even drive, so she had no way to leave. So I don't know if she called an Uber and left out the back, if she called a friend, or whatever the fuck was going on. So Ellie's talking to her. I'm arguing with him. Dies down. Everything's cool. Everything's about to just, shit's about to be done with. Shit's about to be over. I come back to my house. I get all this shit that he had here. I throw it in. Ellie and I throw it in my trunk. I put his shoes on. I put every single pair of shoes on that he had here. And I creased the fuck out of them bitches. I didn't even put them on. I just bent them bitches, twisted them bitches straight in half. And gave him all his shit back. And came back and gave him all his shit back. So in the midst of me coming back and doing that, he's trying to talk to me. He's like, yo, let's just talk about this. Blah, blah, blah. Ellie's outside because for some reason this bitch keeps not being able to get into the house. And this whole time my mom is texting me. And she's like, you need to come home. Like, it's done. You need to come back. And I'm telling her, like, first of all, get the fuck out of my business. Let me do what I need to do. Like, there's no reason for you to be so involved right now. Okay, you did your part. You were a witness, whatever. Unfortunately, you had to see and hear that. Okay, you're done. Done. But I'm not answering her. I'm not coming back. I'm talking to this nigga in the living room. I don't know why I keep doing this. We was not on the phone. I'm talking to this nigga in the living room, hearing out what he has to say. I'm just, like, still so coming down from being so upset. I don't even know what the fuck is going on. We're talking back, whatever. He feels so guilty. He's saying, like, he said when I left, he was texting his friends and he was like, yo, I fucked up bad, like, I really fucked up, blah, 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 whatever. I never saw any of those texts or calls between anybody and his friends. And jumping ahead a little bit, so in the midst of me being inside and talking to him and my mom trying to text me and call me to come home and I'm not answering, my mom shows up. My mom shows up. I think she started outside and was talking to Ellie. And I could hear them talking outside the window. And from me hearing them, I don't remember what happened in between then, but from me hearing them, she came in pissed off. She came in the house screaming and yelling at him. I don't even remember what the hell she was saying. Trying to, allegedly trying to get at him. And not me trying to protect him, but just me trying to not let things get any worse than they already were. She reaches for his laptop that's sitting on the coffee table, picks it up, and slams that bitch. Like, she, like, picks it up, slams it, throws it. God damn, now it's not even about him doing what he did to me. Now it's about trying to get mom's out the crib. Like, she gotta get out. She has to go. So in the midst of her doing that, I grab my mother and I put my mother in a chokehold to hold her back, and I'm dragging her back, and obviously he's like, yo, what the fuck just happened? Like, what did my laptop have to do with the situation? Which I would have been saying the same fucking thing, like, yo, bitch, you just broke you broke my shit for what? So, not for what, but like, for what? So I have my mother in a chokehold, dragging her out the crib. We're slamming into shit because she's trying to get out of my chokehold. We're bouncing off the fucking walls and shit, and I finally get her out of the house. She's in a rage. Like, it's not even about me anymore. She's on fucking past 100. She's on 1,000. The police show up. We're outside. Me, my best friend's still there, my mother, and this dude. I think him and her are talking. I don't really remember. And I'm just standing there making sure shit doesn't escalate. I look up the street. The police are coming down the street. At that point, I'm like, okay, none of this even fucking matters anymore. It's time to go home. Nigga, you go in the house. Ellie, let's go. You get in the car. And Mom, it's time to go. Like, let's just go. She don't want to leave. My mother is not leaving. Like, no one's fleeing the scene. Like, she's trying to stay in the scene. Police get out of the car. Blah, blah, blah. Someone made a noise complaint, so it's not even that serious. Police pull my mom to talk to her, pull me to talk to the other one. And I'm telling the police, like, I just caught him cheating on me. So, yes, I was freaking the fuck out and screaming and yelling and crying. But nothing serious. It's not that big of a deal. Sorry for the noise complaint. Like, we're done. Like, we're going home. It's over. My mom is over there doing the fucking most, talking to the other cop, telling the cop all this unnecessary ass shit. And then the cop pulls me over. So now we're having a fucking powwow. Me and my mom and this officer. And I told the officer the same thing I told the other officer. I said, I just caught him cheating on me. I gave him the whole rundown of how the whole night went. And I said, we're leaving. Like, it's over. We were leaving anyways. It's time to go. And the cops are chilling. They did not care at all. The only one that's still on 100 is my mother. Long story short, that's how that ended. Came home. Was so sick from screaming and yelling and crying all night. I slept in the bathroom hanging over the toilet because I was literally physically ill. And that's how that ended. That's how that ended. We didn't fuck around anymore after that. That was wraps. It was over. That was too big of an event for anything else to ever come out of that again. But I hope you guys enjoyed that story time. I did not enjoy telling it. I'm literally sitting here sweating. Like, my palms are sweating. If you learned anything from this story time, learn to not fuck with a nigga. Ever. Don't talk to men. Don't get in relationships with men. Don't do a situationship. How about that? Do not ever think it's okay to be in a situationship, because it's not. Don't do it to yourself, okay? Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. Make sure you give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to the family if you're not already subscribed. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.